JCS StarCraft here, bringing you Game 2 of the Group D group stage rounds between Naniwa and DemusliM right now, and just getting the action started. DemusliM spawning as the Purple Terran at the southwest position on, I don't even remember what the name of this map is. It's one of the newer maps right now, and Naniwa is on the northeast position right here. Is that correct? Yes, my directions are good. Top right, bottom left, good. Oh wow, they're saying it? That's weird. I don't know why they just announced that. That's interesting. Anyways, so they just announced to each other where each other were. Not sure if that's a kind of a rule or what happened there, but now they're, why bother scouting? They're just going to play their game the way that they want to. I haven't seen this map being used too much. I have played it here and there, and it's a pretty interesting map because you have this natural that's blocked by the debris right here that's kind of like choked off. There is a cliff right here on the side. This natural in front is wide open to take and really difficult to expand. So sometimes players want to opt for this one, although there is the cliff there, making it, you know, pretty interesting to try to defend. So I guess they they announced where they were, but they didn't trust each other. So Naniwa there just scouting it out, or maybe if I check the message log, things will be different. But anyways, DemusliM is up 1-2 in this group stage game. The group stage games are best of 3. It's a round robin between 4 players. In the group, I think it's DemusliM, Naniwa, Hydra, and Straylock. So, you know, this championship, the IEM Season Cup 4, one of the biggest StarCraft 2 tournaments since the launch, with $15,000 in prize pool money, $5,000 for the first place winner. All these pro players really want to win this tournament. It can really make a strong name for themselves, and also, you know, the cash prize doesn't hurt at all. So right now the pro trying to get some harassing, Naniwa letting that shield recharge, and I'm gonna check the message log on the screen right now. I just want to see what they said. Bottom left, top right. So they did declare it properly, but neither player trusted each other. That's hilarious. Just kind of try to psych each other out. That was kind of funny. Wonder, you know, both players checked to see the top left. Wait, I might be reading that wrong. So I'm getting confused because I'm just reading everything too quickly. But I don't want to jump back to that message log. Anyways, I hope that I got that right. And the refinery going down just a little bit. DemusliM trying to get that powered up as much as possible. Wants to gain sight on his opponent if he can. Last time he did go for that early Marauder and big bio push timing. He timed it really well, got in there before the Colossus came out, and was able to wipe out most of the ground forces and actually push in to the base of Naniwa. Looks like he might be going the same thing this time. Yes, concussive shell being researched right away this time, and that Marauder coming out onto the map, going to be able to do a good amount of damage. Microing with concussive shell and timing your attack pretty early. If your opponent is going, you know, early stalkers or into like a 3-gate or a 3-gate robo, if you time it right before the warp gate technology comes out, you will have a good advantage over your opponent. And 3 racks is going down. Same strategy from DemusliM. We'll see if it holds up this game. Naniwa looks like he's going for the same as well. Getting that zealot into stalker action right away. Throwing down another gateway, and warp is being researched as well. Pylon going down on the debris and the natural expansion for him, but another Reaper going out. This Reaper, a very late Reaper from DemusliM, sent out mostly to scout, trying to get around and do some early harass. Probably not going to be able to do much. Last game he just got killed right away, but probably the same this game as well. And looks like a reactor and probably another tech lab, excuse me, going to be going down for this Rex as well. That's right, so 2 tech labs, 1 reactor, kind of the strategy for DemusliM. Throwing down a bunker at the front of his base. Great bunker position against Protoss. Allows them to take a lot of units have to take a lot of fire even running past it. Zerg not so great because, you know, they can just run past it, dash past it, and go right into your main. But DemusliM playing slightly defensive here, thinks that his opponent might be going something else a little bit crazier, and he is. Naniwa does get that Stargate up. Will be going, I think, either Void Rays or Phoenixes at this point. DemusliM does see that though, so Naniwa's hand is being shown. DemusliM might concentrate more on Marines at this point. Yeah, just pumping out Marines almost everywhere. Wants to get that starport up a little bit faster now, and the Phoenixes are coming out now for Naniwa. Either going to be using that as harass unit, probably going to be getting that in a group of 3, and then moving down to try to pick off some of the SCV units from DemusliM. At this point, DemusliM not sure what his opponent's going to go. Is he going to go Phoenixes? Is he going to go with the Void Rays? But looks like it's going to be a Phoenix strategy from Naniwa. And let's see, a Twilight Council going down for Naniwa at this point. So Naniwa not going to be susceptible to that early timing attack this time. DemusliM going to be trying to figure out a way. Looks like he thinks that his opponent is going Void Rays, throwing down the Engineering Bay, but now realizes that his opponent is going to go with the Phoenix strategy. The Phoenixes are going to be able to pick up these Marauders during the battle and just kind of hold them in the air for a while the army is split up. So Reactor going down, going to be swapped out with the Starport, is my assumption, and not going to be building the missile turrets anymore because his opponent is not going Void Ray. So doesn't have to worry too much about that, but now he has to worry about the harassment from the Phoenixes. They're going to try to pick off the SV units or anything that they can. Might want to pick up these Marauders and fry them. I think waiting for that third Phoenix to really get in there and do some more damage. Having just 2 Phoenixes, you don't get that many. Graviton beams coming up, and it takes a little bit longer to kill. Once you have the 3 in combination, it's going to be a lot faster. But these Marines trying to hold off these Phoenixes as much as possible. Phoenixes have a lot of hit points though, so they can take a good amount of damage. And now the swap is going down. Wants to get those Vikings in the air. Does not want to be harassed by these Phoenixes at all. And Phoenix is taking a few shots at the factory. Not going to be able to do anything much. Right now, DemusliM is contained in his base, so Naniwa going to go ahead and move out, take his expansion. Probably a little bit more comfortable than the last game, where his opponent was applying a ton of early pressure, but now a ton of units on the field. Army count is pretty even, and we should see what should happen here. Naniwa can lift a few of these, well, no, there are too many Marines around actually at this point. So Combat Shield being researched and Stim done, Concussive Shell done. I think DemusliM just waiting for that timing attack, waiting for that ball to build up. These Phoenixes unfortunately unable to do anything because there are too many Marines out on the field, and now going to be pushing in. Naniwa is ready for it this time. Does he have speed upgrade for his Zealots? Yes, he does. So he's going to be much better prepared for this attack. And in fact, I think DemusliM might be in trouble. Can't really kite away at this point because, oh, the medevacs do come out. Trying to kite the best that he can, but with the speed Zealots, they're going to be able to run in and just kind of redistribute their own damage. Just taking swipes at all the units, and the Phoenixes are trying to take down the medevacs as much as possible. Medevacs crucial for the MM&M. Force field going down, but unfortunately I think that force field was just kind of misplaced because it just made it difficult for him to hit his own units. So kind of a mistake by Naniwa. I think that's just a misplaced force field. Actually helped DemusliM in that case more than anything else. So DemusliM actually pretty happy. Naniwa probably pretty upset at just what just happened. Now able to push in. And here come the Temple Archives being researched. Psystorm is being researched, which will do major damage to this Bio Ball army. DemusliM doing a great job just kind of kiting his units away. I don't think Naniwa should engage unless he really can try to pin them in. There he goes. That's the force field that he wanted. Try and trap them in. Doesn't allow the Terran units to kite away. And that's exactly what Naniwa, I think, intended the last game. But unfortunately trapped half the units behind it, so they were just taking free shots. Medevac, meanwhile, going to be trying to circumventing the force field by picking up units and dropping them down. Warp gates being chrono boosted on all ends. Naniwa trying his very best to get it out. DemusliM does not obviously want this to finish. Naniwa did not. I don't think he has researched the amulet yet, so unable to cast Psystorm right away, right as his unit comes out. Trying to do some feedback onto the medvacs, and DemusliM now making it very difficult. A lot of pressure on Naniwa at this point. Hasn't taken an expansion yet, as I've seen, but Naniwa just waiting for that Psystorm. Really needs that Psystorm to come in. This the Archon not going to be able to do too much because once they get hit with one of those concussive shells, they slow down like crazy. DemusliM just reinforcing with a ton of medvacs now onto the field. Going to be taking his expansion as well. Things are looking really good for DemusliM. His early pressure is great, and now he's just going to be dropping onto the backside of Naniwa now that he realizes the front is pretty heavily guarded and going to be taking this out. Naniwa will have to cancel this Nexus. Cancel the Nexus, Naniwa. Cancel it. I don't think you're going to be able to defend it, or maybe you will, but let's see what will happen here. A lot of action going down. The Archons are able to try to take out the medvacs, but they not enough. With the Psystorm finally coming down, but is it going to be enough? No, only one Psystorm available, and with the medevacs there, the Psystorms just aren't going to do as much damage. This Nexus will fall. Naniwa should cancel before it finishes. Oh no, the 400 minerals have been committed to it, and Was it get canceled? I think that looked like a cancel to me. Yeah, going to be planting it again. So he did cancel it just in the nick of time. Wanted to make sure that he could try to take it out. But these units just now just doing too much damage. And another rogue unit coming into the front. This is not looking good for Naniwa at all. Unfortunately, units coming down on both sides, and I think it's going to be GG for Naniwa pretty soon. Everything coming out, the probes coming out to try to defend, but no, more Vedvacs just vomiting pooping out the Marauders, kiting away at his opponent. Great play by DemusliM, utilizing everything that he can, that a Terran player can against his opponent, and it looks like we might be seeing a GG pretty soon. Stargate falling down. He can no longer even make Templars. Naniwa doesn't want to give up without a fight. You know, I think maybe if that force field was placed a little bit differently earlier on, things might have been a little bit different for him, but unfortunately, it went the other way around, and DemusliM was able to come in. Naniwa finally GG's, not very happy. I think a lot of players aren't very happy against Terran this whole game because everyone feels that Terran is a little bit imbalanced, although I do have to say that DemusliM played a very strong game, and there was a force field mistake by Naniwa, so it's really tough to say at this point. He's just playing MM and M and just kind of pushing forward with that too. So great game from both players. DemusliM does take this, so does have one win in the group stage. This has been JCS Starcraft. Go ahead and shoutcast the rest of the game.